But first up tonight, as reported widely yesterday, some eye-watering figures and land grabs no one should have to put up with in Australia, and Victoria's uncontrollable and improbable headfirst rush to replace reliable fossil fuel energy with renewables. Now, the Victorian Energy Minister is a woman called Lily D'Ambrosio. She holds extraordinary powers in the renewable space. Yesterday, she unveiled a widely contradictory cost estimate and confessed the footprint turbines and panels and transmission lines will actually occupy is nearly 8% of Victoria's landmass. 8%. She was releasing the Victorian Transmission Plan, which outlines the designated renewable energy zones and transmission lines to be forced into regional and rural Victoria over the next 15 years. Similar zones exist in every state and territory, and we learned yesterday the footprint of those zones has quietly been increased by 7.9% of Victoria's landmass. I mean, that's huge. The total costs, and this is where the rubber hits the road, or should I say the cement and steel hit the paddocks, has risen from, listen to these figures and think what it'll do to your power bill, by the way, it's risen from $4.3 billion to $7.9 billion. Let's call it $8 billion. After all, what's $100 million between friends? Who in their right mind really thinks it will top out at that? I mean, it'll be much more expensive. And yesterday, a rare admission from the government estimating that the transmission charge on bills will rise by $14 a year for every household and $20 for small businesses between 2029 and 2050. Well, whatever happened to renewables being the cheapest form of energy? That's the mantra we keep hearing. Ambrosio's release, buried on a cold Sunday afternoon in a sportsmed Melbourne, interestingly, she went on to make wild claims about creating 67,000 jobs, hinting many of those jobs will be in regional Victoria. Well, you bet they will, whether the country folk want those jobs or not. I mean, take a project in the Wimmera where two zones have been combined with a footprint of 68% bigger than first thought. 68%. One southwest zone will be 9% bigger. And we had this estimate: by 2040, 230,000 hectares in Victoria alone will host renewables. Now, this is a state with massive gas reserves untapped, brown coal, resources that usually don't have to use agricultural land. This is madness beyond belief, beyond comprehension. To suggest anger in the bush is peaking is an understatement, let me tell you, even if some farmers will be paid $8,000 a kilometre every year for 25 years for hosting transmission lines. Of course, that cost goes straight onto your power bill. But when your livelihood as a farmer is raising and growing food, many of these farmers will refuse access. And what happens then? Well, they risk fines of up to $1,200 or potentially a jail term. I'll talk to the Nats and Webster shortly.